So we're going to start recording. Right, well, good evening, everyone. Very warm welcome to you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. My name is James Sanderson, and I've been working and involved and massively excited to be associated with the Juice Plus company now for 27 years. And one of the things that I have found has been a huge boost for my business has been international expansion. Let me just mute everyone. Yeah, yeah. So one of the fantastic things that I've found for the development of my business has been international expansion, and having already achieved, a good position in the UK. Went national marketing director. But one of my major lines, or actually two of my major lines, were in Germany. And I just started straight off by talking to people in Germany, and pretty quickly I got some really good stuff happening. And before too long, I had 2 German NMDs. So. And that's a senior position in our company, National Marketing Director. So it's very, very interesting how this can develop. Now, in terms of my experience, before we get going, I would just say, why is international expansion so fascinating? The reason why it's so fascinating is because it moves the people that you are talking to take full responsibility for their success. Because often what we observe when people are very close by us is that people can just rely on us and they don't really need to take so much responsibility. But when people are 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, or 4,000 or 5,000 miles away, they have no alternative other than to take responsibility for themselves. And that single issue is really the key as to why international expansion is so interesting, because it moves people to step up in a way that they would not normally step up. So let me just tell you a little bit about what's going to be happening this evening. We're going to, first of all, I'm going to introduce you to Daniele, who's a practitioner, very successful practitioner in London, at a wonderfully salubrious address in Harley Street. And he's going to be taking us through the product. He's also a very successful distributor with our business. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about our business. And then we're then going to have a section at the end, about 10 minutes, where we're going to talk about the first step into Africa, which is going to be in Nigeria. So we're very, very excited about that. So without further ado, let me just move over now. And I'd like to introduce you to Daniele. Daniele, are you there? And can you unmute yourself?
Okay, can everybody hear me? Okay, can you
Yes.
wave and make sure that everybody hear me? Fantastic. Yeah, so my name is Daniele Poggio. If you're wondering, the funny accent is because I'm actually Italian, even though I'd like to think I fancy myself as being a little bit Nigerian myself, but maybe in a previous life, maybe in the next one, who knows? Yeah, so as James said, we together with Val, my partner, who you will speak to later on as well, we run a digestive health clinic in Harley Street in central London. And for those of you who are international, Harley Street is like the epicenter of medicine and healthcare in London, and pretty much in the whole of the Anglo-Saxon world, to be honest. And so we're going to introduce about, so we've been running the clinic like 10 years, and we've been introduced about a year and a half ago to this wonderful product called Juice Plus, which after some research, we decided to become a part of the company and to promote the product and to recommend it not only to our customers, and we fell in love with the business side of it as well. So, but without further ado, let me tell you a little bit about the product itself. We all know that it doesn't matter where we live in the world, biologically and physiologically, we're all the same. Yeah, we all need good food, good nutrition to make sure that we are healthy, to make sure that we grow older gracefully as children, that we develop okay. But it's a fact. I don't care where you live in the world, it's a fact that our world has become more polluted. The food chain is not as good as it could be. In some countries, is better than others, but it's a fact. And we all know pretty much that we should be eating more fruit and vegetables. We all know that fruit and vegetable is the basis of keeping our body healthy and protected against environmental pollution, against fatigue, against all the so-called lifestyle diseases that are crippling our health services. By lifestyle diseases, I mean obesity, heart conditions, all things that can be attributable to us not taking care of ourselves the best way that we could. So 24 years ago, a scientist in the US by the name of Smokey Santillo was thinking about, was trying to rack his brain, thinking about how he could get more people to eat more fruit and vegetables. Okay, here in the UK, the UK government says we should be eating at least 5 portions of fruit and vegetables every day, which almost nobody does. We know by experience in our clinic, when we look at all of our clients, nobody eats 5 portions of fruit and vegetables every day, in season, raw, freshly prepared, and such. So in other countries, the guideline is a little bit is even more. In the US is 8-9, in Japan is 17. So every government has got some form of guidelines where they say, you know, some form of food pyramid where they say that we should be eating, the basis of our nutrition should come from fruit and vegetables. And then occasionally, you know, the meat, the fish, these kind of things. But we don't eat enough fruit and vegetables, and this is causing all kind of problems. You know, and because we are not feeding our body with the basic building blocks that are feeding our immune system and all these kind of things. So back to our wonderful scientist, Dr. Smokey Santillo. He came up with a system where he could concentrate all the goodness of 27 different types of fruit and vegetables in capsule form, yeah, which is this product that you're seeing down here. And how does he do that? Well, simply put, they came up with a method whereby they take the produce harvested when they're ripe. So maybe in certain countries of Africa is different, but definitely here in the UK, the product, everybody buys it in the supermarkets, and it needs picked weeks in advance before it gets to the supermarket. So the product is not allowed to fully ripen in the way that it should. So the way that the product, the way that they came up with the Juice Plus product is to harvest these fruit and vegetables at the moment of maximum ripeness, and then put them through a process where they take away from it the water, the sugar, and the fiber, which represent 99% of the mass that we're looking at. And so what we are left with is phytonutrients, is all the micronutrients that constitute the goodness of the fruit and the vegetables, but they are in a very concentrated form, in capsule form. And this is basically, in essence, the product of Juice Plus, and it's been the same product for over 24 years. Well, actually, recently, 3 more fruit and vegetables have been added to the formula, so we're going to have 30 instead of 27. I'm still used to saying 27 because this is such a new news that has come up. And so this product is an evergreen product, and it's been going on for 24 years now. And we all should know that we should all be eating more fruit and vegetables. So we have these, the garden blend is vegetables. Then we have this one is fruits, and this one is the berries. So we take all 3 of them, 2 capsules every day, and that gives us the foundation. We're not saying that we're not saying that Juice Plus replaces fruit and vegetables, but what we are saying is that it helps us bridge the gap between what we should be eating and what we eat because we're always running around on the go, etc. Now, what got us really excited to get behind this product was the fact that because this product has been around for 25 years now, for the last 20 years, this product has been subjected to really, really extensive clinical research. There has been more than 31 clinical studies done on this product, and these are double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical studies that have been conducted by the most prestigious universities all around the world. We're talking about King's College in London. We're talking about MD Anderson Cancer Center in Dallas, in Texas, University of Tokyo in Japan. All the most prestigious universities all around the world have done research on this product. And the results have been amazing. First of all, they've proven that the product is bioavailable. What does bioavailable means? It means that it goes into our bloodstream, is assimilated by the body. Quite often, if we buy some vitamins or minerals or multivitamins from the health food store, they are synthetic vitamins. So what does it mean? It means that the body doesn't recognize them. It means that because it's a foreign substance, the body doesn't recognize it, it doesn't assimilate it properly, and so all that multivitamin becomes just expensive urine, basically, in a nutshell. But this product has been proven scientifically that it is bioavailable, that goes into the bloodstream. And this is why, because it's totally absorbed into the bloodstream. And why does that happen? Because it is not synthetic, it is simply fruit and vegetables and berries in capsule form. It's not something that has been concocted in a lab, but it's just Mother Nature, and then with the removal of the water, the sugar, and the fiber. That's it.
Perfect.
And this is why the product is bioavailable. Because we are flushing the body with all this goodness of 30 different fruit and vegetables and berries on a daily basis, the body gets benefit from it. So there has been studies that have proven that it affects the health of the skin, that it affects cardiovascular health, that it strengthens the immune system, all kind of different studies, and all these are available, publicly available, and they can be consulted by everybody online 24/7. So those of you that want to know more about it, we can definitely give you the information afterwards with the link to the clinical studies and things like that. Just really, really briefly before we move on, I would like Val to share just a very quick 30-second testimonials, because we've been recommending this product to all of our clients that suffer from different digestive issues. And I would just like Val to give us a very quick testimonial on how the customers have been with the capsules.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, obviously, we all know that all wellness really starts from the digestive system, because 70 to 80% of our immune system is in there. And if our gut isn't working properly, we're not going to feel great. So we get a whole heap, a multitude of clients with various different conditions. And most of the time, it's a case of them, living a typical 21st century lifestyle, not eating right, lots of stress, etc., which is pretty much applicable to Daniele and myself. So we educate them usually on the importance of, good, clean nutrition, but most of them are just too busy, to be able to make a juice or to eat right, or because they're traveling all over the place, diet may be varied a little bit. So when we get them onto the capsules, they know, yes, we're not saying that these capsules replace what we should be eating. They are actually bridging the gap. So when we get them on the capsules, a lot of the issues that they present with, be it, constipation, energy issues, skin issues, you name it, disappear. And then they report to us that they actually find that they are craving a lot of cleaner foods. And I can attest for that myself, because when I started using the products almost 24 months ago now, I found that we've always eaten clean, but I found that my body was just wanting green stuff as well. And yes, I know what it's like to be tired, because I've had issues with my thyroid. And for me, really, and I know Daniele doesn't like this, but I thrive on 4-5 hours sleep tops, because my energy is just second to none. And yes, a lot of our clients, report obviously an increase in energy, increased immune system, vitality, you name it, all because of those, magic pills. As I said, they're not taking place of what we should be eating, and we never say that to clients, obviously. It's really a support to encouraging them to take control of their lives, really. I think that's my 30 seconds, yes?
Good, great.
So moving on, just to give you a brief overview of, we also have a children version of the product. This is actually open because you have big children here, big child here eating them as well. So these are this is a chewable version of the product. So for every adult that is taking the capsule, you can have your child be on the product for free, because the company is doing a study looking at the children's health, and they've been surveyed almost 1 million families now, and they've demonstrated that the children have reported less sick days in school, better concentration, they're asking for healthier food. So this is a really, really interesting study, and again, we can provide more information afterwards. We also have another product, which is this one, which is the Complete. This is a shake, is a powder, and this can be used as basically as a quick meal on the go, but it's healthy. It's a completely vegan product, so there is no dairy, it's completely vegan, and it can be used as a meal replacement. So for people that want to lose a little bit of weight, for example, and we have really successful testimonials for that as well. And or can be used for when people are going to the gym, or if people are skipping breakfast because they're running out of the house immediately. At least we can have that as a breakfast or as a snack. It's been used by Olympic athletes as well, that they've thrived on this product. We have a wonderful Mark Colborn Paralympic cyclist that won 2 gold medals in the London 2012 Olympics using this product. And then as part of the Complete range, we also have the Complete bars, which again, they are convenient for people that want to go and have a quick meal on the go. We got these bars, which again are gluten-free vegan. And we also have the soups. Obviously, here in the UK now, we're coming to the winter. It's the colder part of the year. So again, somebody can have a soup. They're individually packed, and again, for like a quick meal on the go, but that is healthy. So again, we're not saying that this is replacing the fruit and vegetables, but it's helping us to bridge the gap. And this is it basically in a nutshell. The product range is quite limited, and it's based on this very simple concept of healthy eating. And the mission of the company, of the Juice Plus company, which is present in 26 countries around the world, soon 27 with Nigeria, is to inspire healthy living across the world. Obviously, eating healthy and being healthy physically is one part of that. We believe that the mission of healthy living is not just being healthy physically, but also being healthy, being stress-free, being healthy financially as well. So I'm going to pass the virtual microphone back to James, who is going to tell us a little bit about the business opportunity.
Right. Okay, Daniele, thank you very much indeed. That was wonderful and wonderfully comprehensive. Well, look, just to give a very quick overview of the business, I just really wanted to start with, with my own experience. I was introduced to it by a friend in the US. I went to see it in Dallas, Texas, on a day, a morning, Saturday morning, 500 people in the room. I mean, it was extraordinary. But I immediately got it, and I immediately could see the potential and how it would work. And what has my experience been? Well, within 3 years, I was up to an income of £5,000 a month. So that was very, very exciting. But it wasn't an immediate success story. So, for some people, they think, oh, well, I haven't had that sort of success straight away. Well, sometimes it takes a lot longer, but it doesn't matter. The most important thing is to have the vision and to go for it. So it's given me the opportunity to travel. It's given me the opportunity to spend much more time. Like my mother's 98 now, and I can pop in almost every other day to see her. I've got no commitments in terms of having to, convince a boss that I need to be able to go and visit my mother or anything like that. So it's very, very exciting, and the freedom is perhaps the best of all. Now, our business falls into the context of the subject of network marketing, but you know what? We're not really network marketing strictly. We're much more a version of network marketing with franchising, with online sales, and with Amazon. We're much more a sort of combination of all of those things. We're not traditional network marketing. But some people say, well, traditional network marketing or a network marketing business, it sounds to me like a pyramid. Well, fortunately, this isn't a pyramid, and pyramid selling is illegal. So that knocks that one straight out. So it's not a pyramid. But if you think about any organization, most organizations are on a triangular base like that. So, you get the most successful people, the key people at the top, and then you get all the other people that are working in the business. But, a very interesting bit of statistics is where and what was happening to network marketing a few years ago. And it's on a sort of upward trajectory all the time. So in 2012, the recorded music industry was worth 16.6 billion. The gaming industry was worth 67 billion, and the movie industry was worth 80 billion. And the network marketing industry that no one has heard of was worth 167 billion. 167 billion. But what's fascinating about that is that of that 167 billion, 40% was paid out to the distributors. So, was 40% paid out from the movie business to people? No. From the gaming industry? No. But in network marketing, 40% is paid out to the distributors. So network marketing is the most incredible wealth generator. So that's very interesting. Now, how does the business actually work? Well, we start off by sharing the product with people, and we are able to share the business at the same time, but we encourage people to share the product first, to get people excited about the product and get people with a good story about the product. And then some people will then move forward to becoming distributors. But what we're really excited about is that 90% of the people that take the product are not involved in the business. Now, that is absolutely staggering. 90% of the people that take our product are not involved in the business, which means that we have this extraordinary thing, which is an enormous customer base, which other companies are nowhere near achieving in our industry. So once we that started people on the product, and then some people will move forward who would want to become distributors, then they're encouraged then to develop their own customers, and they're then encouraged to sponsor some people into the business. And what's amazing is that people begin to develop enormous customer bases. So I would have something in the order of about 6,000 customers myself, through my team. Some people have got far more than that. I couldn't have dreamt of thinking how on earth I would get that many customers when I first started, but it's all about a lot of people doing a little. So when we start, we can earn up between 10 and 20% of the retail value of the product, which means that for a box of Juice Plus Premium, we can earn between 20 and 40 pounds per box that goes out. So we can earn up to 120 pounds a year from a premium customer for each of our customers that we have. So, just 10 customers, you're going to be over 1,000, you're going to be over £1,000 a year. I mean, that's incredible. So, it's fascinating how the income can start generating. And some people, when they see the retail side, they think, my God, that's amazing. But of course, the network distribution side and the networking side is even more spectacular. So once people start developing their customers, then they move forward to developing a team, and then they begin to move forward to developing a network. And it's from the network that people can generate the vast amount of revenue. So when you hear about the crazy incomes that people are earning, that comes from the 3% that people earn from their network. But the most exciting thing really is the way in which people can now earn significant bonuses with our business. So, within 3 to 5 years, someone could be, if you play your cards right, if you have, 3 people in your team, each with 24 customers each, you'd be earning £800 a month. If you had 12 people each in your team with 24 customers each, you'd be earning £2,500 a month. So it's all about helping people and working with people. But beyond all that, we have the bonuses. So, for example, if you become a senior direct distributor, which is having something like about 16 customers, you would earn a bonus in your first month of £200. In your second month, you'd earn another £100. As a sales coordinator, which is effectively just building more senior directs, you would earn £400 in your first month and £500 in your first month, £400 in your second month, and so on and so forth. And what's amazing is that there's something in the order of £80,000 worth of bonuses that can be earned, going from all the way from the bottom to the top. So that in itself is very, very, very exciting. But the key thing to remember here is that once people have built a network, they are earning a very substantial passive income. And if someone's a presidential marketing director, which is the top position in our business, people should be earning something between about sort of £6,000, £7,000 and £10,000 a month. £10,000 a month. I mean, incredible, statistics. So here we have it. Juice Plus really is the most successful. Well, it's the most successful company of its type in the UK, with fastest growing direct selling company in the UK last year, believe it or not, after 27 years of being in the country. And we are making history in terms of being such a really unique company. And that's why we're so excited to be going into Africa. So I'm going to hand it back to Daniele a little bit, just briefly. And Daniele, you know a little bit about us going into Nigeria. Would you like to just tell us a little bit about that? If you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, sure. So this is very exciting. As James said, we are going into Nigeria in the early part of 2016. So what we're looking for at the moment really is we're doing this. We're a little bit like the pioneers, So we're really looking for people that are wanting to, that are feeling that perhaps this is something that it resonates with them. So we're looking for people that want to explore the possibility of being like the first people within the country and get that, first mover advantage, to be the first people in not only in, so we're not only speaking about people that are living in Nigeria, but of course people that have got connections in Nigeria. So, or perhaps a connection of Nigerians all around the world. Obviously, Juice Plus as a company is already open in the United Kingdom, in the United States, in the whole of Western Europe, in some Asian countries. So anybody really that has got Nigerian friends, this is really a good time to get them involved in the business. And really, whether if they're in the US or if they're in the UK, for example, they can start getting involved into the business straight away. And then as soon as, because obviously January, February, they're just around the corner, in a few weeks is going to be Christmas, and then January is there. So this is a good time for all our Nigerian friends across the world to get involved, because then as soon as you get a little bit of success to yourself, for example, if you're living in the UK or if you're living in the US, then you can really go, as soon as we can open in Nigeria, you can already go there and show real results that you've been getting yourself personally, because this is what's going to help you greatly to give the confidence to your friends in Nigeria that this is a valuable business opportunity. And obviously, what we're doing is we are doing events here in London, which James is going to talk a little bit about. And we're going to continue to doing these. We're going to continue doing these Zoom calls periodically. I think we've got another one happening in a couple of weeks' time. So this is a good time to keep people in the loop. But we are really, really excited because obviously after Nigeria, there is obviously a good chance that there is going to be other African countries that are going to open up as well. So the possibilities are incredible, I think, and you, James, know it better than me, because you know how as a company we're not yes, we're in North America, yes, we're in Western Europe, but the rest of the world is just waiting for this. And as I said before, the need of more fruit and vegetables in the diet is pretty much universal.
Yeah. So let me just paint a picture. Thank you, Daniele. Let me just paint a picture of what's going to happen, because I've been at most of the launches, well, pretty much all of the country launches outside of North America. What's going to happen is that there will be effectively, there will be a pre-launch scenario. And so the country will kick off something around about January or February, at which point we will be able to start sponsoring, developing customers and also sponsoring distributors in the country. And then we will have an official launch, and the official launch will be probably a month or two after that. So I would imagine the launch would be somewhere in around about March or April. Now, what always happens and what seems to work best is for the people in the countries outside the country that's going to be launched, but who are effectively nationals from that country, but they're living outside. The key thing is for them to get started now, for them to start on the product and then to start in the business, and for them to start building in the community in this country. We're talking about the UK, so that when it gets going in Nigeria, you've got a group of people ready to go with you into Nigeria and to start really expanding there. So this is the way it works best. So what we don't advise is for people to hang back now and say, well, I'll just wait for it all to happen, because unfortunately you'll be standing on the sidelines wondering what happened as this sort of huge juggernaut of a launch goes on. So we just want to make sure that you're utterly, brilliantly well positioned for this launch. And so what we recommend, and what I recommend right now, is that you start straight into it. So if you are a Nigerian, or if you are African, and you feel like you've got contacts in Nigeria, then start right now. Start on the product, and ideally start looking at the business as well, because that's the way you're going to start making big progress. Start gathering people together in the UK to be on the product, go to presentations, and move some of these people up to reasonably high positions in the program, in the marketing plan before the launch, so that when we actually have the official launch, you can be on stage in Lagos with your team, and suddenly you are the people that other people want to associate with. And if there are people in the room that are thinking, oh, I'd like to be sponsored by someone, who will they be looking at? They'll be looking at you. So when you come off the stage and people say, wow, that was so interesting, well done, you'll be surrounded by a gaggle of people who'll be like saying, well, how do we start? And you'll be like, well, let me tell you, I've done it already myself, so this is what you need to do. So this is the way to start having major success. So some people will be saying, well, how do I know more about this straight away? Well, tomorrow evening, we have a presentation at Down to Earth Cafe in Kensington High Street at 7:30. So please, you're very, very welcome to come to that. It's opposite the old Kensington Odeon. And we will be going through the product and the business, but most importantly, you'll be able to meet other people that are already on the product and hear their stories. And then shortly, I think in a few weeks' time, Daniele, and if you could fill us in on that, we do plan to be having a meeting in London specifically focused on Nigeria. So if you could just tell us a little bit about that, Daniele.
Yeah, thank you, James. That's still in the works as to the exact location, but ideally we would like to do it at the Nigerian High Commission in London. That would be the ideal location. Now, the High Commission, normally they close quite early in the afternoon, but obviously we want to do an event in the evening. So, but yeah, we are planning on doing something in the early part, maybe roughly like in a month's time from now, in London, to discuss specifically about this Nigerian launch. But obviously, more information would follow.
Good. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up now, and thank you everyone very much for coming on. It's just after 8:30, but just to give you a picture, 3 years time, 4 years time, there'll be a huge business in Nigeria. There's no question. There'll be lots of people who are very, very excited about the product. There'll be lots of people getting great results from the product. There'll be lots of people that are beginning to develop really substantial businesses. There will be people who will be mega successful in Nigeria, no question. Whose team are they going to be in? we have such an opportunity to be at the forefront of this and to be the legends of the future. So when you come in the room in 3 or 4 years' time, people would say, "Hey, see that over there? That's John. He started the whole thing here in Nigeria. Wow. You see that over there? That's Abigail. She started the whole thing 3 years ago. She came over and got it going." So these are the sorts of things that are going to happen. It could be you. Why not? Why shouldn't it be you? We all know people. The key thing is for us to get going now. So, again, it's an introductory session tonight. I know some of it may be new for you, but research it, talk to other people, come to as many presentations as you can, particularly come tomorrow. Whatever you're doing, perhaps you can rearrange or cancel so that you can be there tomorrow. And just begin to get into this, because you're going to find it amazing. So thank you, everyone, very, very much for joining us. We have recorded it, and we will get it out on Facebook. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you very soon and seeing you, if not tomorrow night. Thank you and good night.
Okay, thanks, James.